Imagine a world where Mario never existed, where Zelda was just a forgotten dream, and Nintendo was nothing more than a footnote in the history of failed companies. Sounds impossible, right? But back in the 1980s, this gaming giant was on the brink of collapse, facing one of the darkest periods in its history. Bad decisions, failed products, and mounting debt almost sent Nintendo to an early grave. Yet against all odds, they orchestrated one of the most legendary comebacks the business world has ever seen. So, what went wrong? And more importantly, what was the genius move that turned it all around? Stick with me, and we'll uncover the shocking truth about Nintendo's near collapse and the brilliant strategy that saved it all. Welcome, this is the Roots to Riches channel, where the journey of success unfolds. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications so you never miss out on incredible stories about how the biggest companies in the world began, their toughest challenges, and the inspiring road they took to greatness. Plus, we'll be sharing life-changing tips along the way. Your support is key to growing this channel. Please share these stories with your friends, family, and anyone looking for inspiration. Thanks for being part of the journey. Let me ask you something. When you hear the name Nintendo, what comes to mind? Childhood memories of Mario and Zelda? Hours spent battling friends in Super Smash Bros? Or maybe just the sheer joy of unboxing a brand new console? But here's the thing. What if I told you Nintendo was once on the brink of collapse? That the company responsible for some of the greatest gaming memories almost didn't survive? Yep, Nintendo nearly folded. But how did this happen? And more importantly, how did they pull off one of the greatest comebacks in business history? Stay tuned, because this is a story about mistakes, resilience, and a little bit of magic. Before the video games, before Mario, before all the nostalgia, Nintendo started as a small company making handmade playing cards in Kyoto, Japan. It wasn't until the 1970s that they pivoted into electronic games, and by the 1980s, Nintendo was flying high. The NES? A runaway hit. Mario? A cultural phenomenon. But here's where it gets interesting. The 90s were a golden era for Nintendo. Super Mario World, The Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong Country. They dominated the gaming market. But then came their first big stumble. Do you remember the Virtual Boy? No? That's probably a good thing. Released in 1995, it was supposed to revolutionize gaming with its 3D graphics. But instead, it became one of the biggest flops in gaming history. Why? The graphics were headache-inducing, the games were mediocre, and it was expensive. It was like trying to sell 3D movies, but only in red and black. The Virtual Boy wasn't just a bad product, it was a signal that Nintendo was losing touch with its audience. And it wasn't the only problem. By the early 2000s, Sony's PlayStation and Microsoft's Xbox were eating into Nintendo's market share. The GameCube, while loved by many, couldn't compete with the sheer power and marketing of its rivals. And then came the Wii U. Oh boy. Released in 2012, it was supposed to build on the success of the wildly popular Wii. But poor marketing, a confusing name, and lackluster third-party support turned it into another misstep. Nintendo was bleeding money. For the first time in decades, the company was reporting financial losses. Bankruptcy seemed like a real possibility. But just when things looked their darkest, a hero emerged, Satoru Iwata. As Nintendo's president, Iwata took bold steps to steer the company out of danger. He slashed his own salary to save jobs and focused on what made Nintendo special: fun, innovative gaming experiences. But let's not give all the credit to Iwata. Nintendo's comeback was a team effort. We'll get into that soon. Enter the Nintendo Switch in 2017. It was a gamble, a hybrid console that could be used at home or on the go. Critics were skeptical, but gamers fell in love. It was portable, versatile, and came with The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, a game so good it felt like Nintendo was saying, "Yeah, we're back," and they were. Now, let's take a step back. What can we learn from Nintendo's story? For one, it's a reminder that no business, no matter how successful, is immune to mistakes. Nintendo's stumbles nearly destroyed them, but instead of giving up, they innovated. They listened to their fans. They embraced risk. While Satoru Iwata is often heralded as the face of Nintendo's remarkable turnaround in the early 2000s, the company's comeback was undoubtedly a team effort. Several individuals, departments, and external partnerships contributed significantly to the revival of the gaming giant, creating a collective synergy that propelled Nintendo back to prominence. Here's a detailed breakdown. Shigeru Miyamoto, Nintendo's legendary game designer, played a pivotal role in the company's resurgence. Known as the creator of Mario, The Legend of Zelda, and Donkey Kong, Miyamoto was instrumental in developing groundbreaking and accessible gaming experiences. During the GameCube era, Miyamoto's team had been exploring innovative ideas that later became core to the Wii's success. For instance, motion-controlled gaming on the Wii was based on ideas Miyamoto championed for more intuitive gameplay. Titles like Wii Sports showcased his philosophy of gaming for everyone, making Nintendo a household name again. Nintendo's engineering team deserves recognition for transforming unconventional ideas into reality. The Wii console, with its innovative motion sensors and user-friendly interface, was a radical departure from traditional gaming systems. The DS handheld, which introduced touchscreens and dual displays, new gaming possibilities and captured audiences beyond hardcore gamers, such as children and older adults. Their focus on creating affordable, family-friendly, and distinct hardware gave Nintendo an edge over its competitors, Sony and Microsoft, who were locked in a battle over high-performance gaming. Reggie Fils-Aimé, then president of Nintendo of America, was another key figure. Reggie revolutionized how Nintendo communicated with its Western audience. His charisma and direct engagement with fans at events like E3 gave Nintendo a cool factor it had been missing during its struggles. Reggie's marketing campaigns emphasized the fun and inclusivity of the Wii and DS, appealing to families and casual gamers who had been largely ignored by other console manufacturers. While Nintendo historically relied heavily on its first-party titles, its turnaround also leaned on collaborations with third-party developers. Games like Just Dance, Ubisoft, and Monster Hunter, Capcom, drew in diverse audiences, helping to bolster console sales. Additionally, Nintendo made efforts to support indie developers on platforms like the DS and Wii, fostering a new wave of creative, smaller-scale games. Nintendo's ability to adapt and recover stemmed from its culture of innovation and risk-taking. Leadership buy-in. Iwata, Miyamoto, and other key leaders took responsibility for the company's earlier mistakes during the GameCube era and realigned on a vision of simplicity and fun. Cross-departmental collaboration. From hardware design to marketing, Nintendo's teams worked cohesively to ensure the Wii and DS were cohesive products that spoke to consumers on multiple levels. Nintendo's dedicated fanbase played a critical role in the company's survival. Despite financial difficulties, loyal gamers supported their IPs and consoles during lean years, giving Nintendo the breathing room it needed to innovate. Iwata was a brilliant leader who unified Nintendo's vision, but the company's resurgence required a collective effort from its designers, engineers, marketers, partners, and even its fans. Each team member contributed a piece of the puzzle, leading to Nintendo's transformation from a struggling company to a gaming industry leader. Quick pause. Help spread the word. A simple recommendation from you to a friend helps us reach more people and lets us keep creating content you love. Thanks for being part of this journey. Here are some hidden or lesser-known aspects surrounding Nintendo's near collapse and its subsequent recovery. The impact of the video game crash of 1983. Nintendo's struggles were deeply tied to the North American video game crash, a period marked by market oversaturation and poor quality games. This event drastically reduced consumer confidence, plummeting the industry's revenues by 97% between 1983 and 1985. Many gaming companies, including Nintendo's competitors, either went bankrupt or exited the market entirely, leaving Nintendo in a precarious position. The challenge of entering the US market. To combat the stigma of video games post-crash, Nintendo ingeniously marketed its Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, as a toy rather than a console. This strategy involved bundling the NES with innovative peripherals like the robotic operating button OB to appeal to toy distributors and circumvent resistance from retailers reluctant to stock gaming systems. Quality control and licensing innovations. Nintendo's strict approach to quality control and licensing played a pivotal role in rebuilding consumer trust. By implementing policies such as the Nintendo Seal of Quality, the company ensured that only vetted games were released for its platform. This strategy helped differentiate Nintendo from competitors who had suffered due to subpar offerings. These strategies, combined with innovative marketing and product design, were crucial in helping Nintendo not only survive, but eventually dominate the gaming industry. It is a testament to their resilience and creative problem-solving during a period when their industry faced existential threats. What lessons can entrepreneurs learn from Nintendo's journey? Nintendo's history offers valuable insights for entrepreneurs. Embrace failure as a stepping stone. The Virtual Boy and Wii U flops could have ended Nintendo, but the company used these experiences to learn and adapt. Entrepreneurs should see failures not as the end, but as opportunities to pivot and innovate. Stay true to your identity. Despite pressure to compete directly with Sony and Microsoft on hardware power, Nintendo leaned into its strengths, family-friendly, innovative gaming experiences, and found success with the Wii and Switch. Knowing your unique value proposition can set you apart in competitive markets. Invest in people and culture. Satoru Iwata's leadership underscored the importance of nurturing talent and maintaining a strong internal culture. Entrepreneurs should focus on building teams that align with their mission and values. These lessons emphasize resilience, self-awareness, and the importance of human-centric leadership in navigating business challenges. Here's the brutal truth. Success isn't linear. It's messy, full of setbacks, and often feels impossible. But as Nintendo shows us, failure is just a stepping stone if you're willing to adapt. Think about it. Maybe you've launched a project that flopped. Maybe you faced rejection or lost money on an idea you believed in. Does that mean you should stop? Absolutely not. Take a page from Nintendo's playbook. Analyze what went wrong, pivot, and come back stronger. And hey, if Nintendo can survive the Virtual Boy, you can survive anything. Their story is a testament to the power of collaboration and shared vision in overcoming adversity, an inspiring lesson for businesses everywhere. So here's my question to you. What's your comeback story going to look like? Whether you're an entrepreneur, a creator, or just someone trying to figure it all out, remember this: failure isn't the end, it's part of the process. Just ask Nintendo. And here's the reward. When you keep going, when you adapt and push through, you don't just succeed, you inspire others to do the same. So what are you waiting for? Let's press start on your next adventure. Nintendo's story is more than just a tale of business survival. It's a masterclass in resilience and reinvention. They faced financial disaster, took accountability for their mistakes, and found the courage to embrace innovation. From the ashes of failure, they rose to redefine gaming for generations. The genius move that saved Nintendo wasn't just about technology or strategy, it was about believing in their vision and refusing to quit. So, what does this mean for you? Whether you're facing challenges in business or life, remember, failure is just the beginning of your next great comeback. Like Nintendo, you can find your breakthrough moment and turn setbacks into stepping stones. The question is, are you ready to level up? Because, as they've shown us, it's never game over until you say it is. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who might need a little extra motivation. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories of resilience and success. Let's keep soaring together. And hey, don't leave just yet. Check out the videos on the side. You won't want to miss what's next. Let's keep growing together.